This is EA Sports PGA Tour coverage coming up next. Frank, every golfer wants to play it at least once, the old course at St. Andrews.
Yeah, from Bobby Jones to Jack Nicklaus to Tiger Woods, they've all come and conquered.
Stepping up to the first tee at such an iconic venue, Frank, what is going through your mind here?
Well, you'd think with such a wide fairway, it would be the easiest fairway to hit. But Swilken, there's an out of bounds down the right, and then the Swilken burn runs all the way across from the right-hand side in front of the first green. So really, you want to make sure you have a full shot into this first green. That's an absolute beauty.
Frank, many golfers unaccustomed to the full effects of the wind and playing without a caddy watch with great intent as their well-struck approach shot ends up, one, not only short of the hole, but two, short of the green, and three, short of the burn by some 10 yards.
Yeah, you only need a puff of breeze, really, because it comes over the mound that's behind that first green. And for some reason, that second shot always seems to play that sort of 3 or 4 yards longer, even for the best players in the game.
Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Even par early on. Here we are now at the second. Always so important to try and establish a good round in these opening holes, Frank.
In the second hole, especially with a prevailing breeze and today's modern equipment, the odd player has actually driven this green, but you really see the tone of the golf course. The middle of the golf course is protected. There's a series of bunkers down there, but the left is always the safe side of the golf course, because the best line to play your second shot from on the whole golf course is always the right side, and we see that here at the second. Well, that's got to be 300 yards, isn't it?
Second shot. Good look at the green. Terrific golf shot, and now that for an easy birdie.
Even par currently.
So into red figures at 1 under. At the third hole now, Frank, it looks relatively easy, but you know there's some danger lurking somewhere out there on the old course.
There is. There's the pot bunkers down the right side. This is a tee where really you want to have an idea where that wind is coming from. If it's into your face, you might want to be a little cautious and go towards the middle of the golf course. But if it's behind you, well, then it's worth challenging that right side. Game's about rhythm. When you have good rhythm, it just looks effortless. To hit the ball 300 yards through the air, that easy.
That is tasty looking right there, Frank. Just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime realism.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. He's making the game look very simple right now. See it, hit it, and he's got it right on track. Frank, this would be a nice way to jumpstart the round.
Yeah, his momentum can quickly go in the right direction if he makes this.
Has to like that one. Another birdie will get to 2 under par. Frank, the challenge begins to intensify here at the 4th.
Yeah, a bit risky if you try and hit it down the right side. Just about every player I've seen over the years has sort of aired a little bit to the left. That's a safer tee shot, but it does set up a very daunting second.
Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
I really love the caddies at St. Andrews, wisecracking old timers. The guy hits a shot hard into a gorse bush on the left, and he turns to the caddy and says, "Is that okay?" And the caddy says, "Does it look okay?" Hit another one. Another instance, guy was stuck between 2 clubs. 6-iron, 7-iron, 6-iron, 7-iron, back and forth. Finally, he chose the 7-iron, hit it about 15 yards in the ground, and the caddy looked at him and said, "I guess we'll never know, laddie, will we?" So 24 feet after that approach shot, Frank.
It's just outside the what you'd think very makeable distance.
Frank, 2 is nice, but
3 is even better.
Frank, that's not one you're necessarily thinking about making.
No, just good putt, though. There's no two ways about that. He's putting well.
Nice par to remain at 2 under. Chance here at the par 5 fifth, Frank, to make a little move early in the round.
Yeah, it's certainly eagles galore. The 5th hole is one of the biggest greens on the golf course, shared with the 13th. So good tee shot, and you have a nice big target, even though it's a blind second shot coming up.
Like the looks of this one.
Oh, yeah.
Looks like he's going to have a go at it here at the par 5, his second shot. Good looking shot right here. Safely aboard. And getting ready for the putt. Did a nice job with that putt. Good read, good speed. That is yet another birdie. This is just an incredible display of golf. Now to the 374-yard par 4 6th, another scoring opportunity.
Yeah, just be very careful of the wind conditions here, because that'll affect the strategy off the tee, but bunkers left and right to be avoided.
I mean, he just blasted it down the fairway, well over 325 yards. Setting up for the approach, this player in total command.
Yeah, it's beautiful. The decision-making, club selections being spot on, but the execution, the swing, is really what I'm admiring right now.
Not terrible, but not his best.
Yeah, outside chance really for birdie, but really it was a rather poor approach shot.
Well, that's all you want right there. Just lag it down, don't get too crazy, and now just a tap in left. He has this attempt for par. Knocks that putt in for par to stay at 3 under. Continuing from the oldest championship in the game. It's the Open Championship at the old course at St. Andrews here at the 7th hole now, Frank.
Yeah, you try and hit your tee shot over a little stone there. It's called the March stone. That's a good line for like left of center. And, well, if you can just work it off that, good tee shot, you're only going to have a pitch in here to a green that's set up very high.
Good contact, good result. Frank, mistake-free golf. You hope you can keep it together. Possibility of a very special round here.
Yeah, the only real thing to worry about is not to get too far ahead of yourself. At the moment, swing looks tremendous. And just keep the round ticking over, one hole at a time. I know it sounds like a cliche, but right now, he's exactly where he wants to be.
Frank, not just a player, but an artist. Just beautiful work right there.
The only thing I can say, Rich, is that was Seve-esque.
Putting a good round together now at 4 under. Now to the par 3/8. Frank, what's the best way to go at it?
Well, for these players, straight at the flag. This is the first par 3 you'll see, and a good chance to make 2 coming up ahead. But we do see a lot of long putts here with an errant tee shot.
You wouldn't call that a miss hit, but it wasn't his best. That one just sort of drifted right and a long ways from the flagstick. Always 2 components to the long lag putt, the speed, number 1, and then the read. And missed out on that second part. Workmanlike hole. He walks away with a par. Rounding out the opening 9 here at St. Andrews. And Frank, this par 4 features a couple of fairway bunkers that players will have to contend with.
Yeah, this is a fun hole when you first stand on that tee and look at it. You see those bunkers smack bang in the middle of the fairway. The last bunker there in the middle is called the end hole. This hole is called the end. But this green, too, is so flat, very, very difficult to read. But if you get there, pull the head cover off the driver. Remember, this is the only chance you get to play the old course.
Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up. It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on there. Easy birdie.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back.
And the tee shot ends up in the bunker. All right, in the bunker now. Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
That's still not done. A good third shot. Maybe get away here with par.
Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. Well, that's how you play the game, right there. It's a very makeable putt here. He is currently 5 under for his round. Has it for par, stays at -5. Frank, number 11, the Eden, is really one of the more fascinating holes in all of golf.
Yeah, the two bunkers that the players normally worry about, Strath bunker in the front and the Hill bunker to the left. What makes those two bunkers so difficult is the steepness of the faces in them.
Mishit, wrong club. What happened there, Frank?
All of the above, maybe. It's a little bit of a head scratcher. Wasn't that hard a shot.
Pretty good shot right there. Good work right there. He'll settle for par. Frank, how do you like the 12th hole here at St. Andrews?
Well, it's a beautiful par 4. You start to see the village of St. Andrews in the background, Eden Estuary to the right, and also decision time. If you're long enough, it's certainly worth having a crack at this par 4 with your tee shot. But if you're not a long hitter, then you've really got to worry about those 4 beautifully and well strategic positioned bunkers in the middle of the fairway.
And as he strides up here to the 12th green, having hit it in regulation, he knows now that his work is by no means done. A long putt coming up. You like that right there, Frank?
Beautiful lag putt. Great pace.
Settles in over the putt. Starting to put something special together. 6 under par. Now to the par 4 13th, and again, Frank, it's all about avoiding the bunkers.
Yeah, another hole that forces you to go either right or left of something that you can see. The two bunkers called the coffins right up ahead. You can also go beyond those, and if you do, then you've got a much shorter shot in, but you've got to avoid those fairway bunkers. They are very costly.
Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball. And this shot is on the fairway, over 300 yards. He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try. Oh, I thought he had that. So a long putt there and just didn't read it quite right. Just a tap in to finish the hole. Did the job right there. Frank, you can actually play this 14th hole by taking a detour to another hole on the front side. Explain.
Yeah, that's the 4th hole. The 4th hole is adjacent to the 14th, and if you're in a little bit of trouble off the tee, there's nothing wrong with playing the 14th as a zigzag style par 5. So That means the drive, if it doesn't go down the right, you go further left and then back to the green. But it's a safer way, but a much longer option.
Frank, this is a way to make golf easy when you can hit it that deep.
Oh, I'm going to say, I know that first number's a 3. I'm guessing the second one's a 2. Let's call it 320.
Nice position, short grass, second shot. Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just the lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
Setting up for an approach shot here. Frank, he's cranking it and banking it. Giant drives, a boatload of birdies. What a round.
Yeah, these are the days you just dream for. We know golf's not that easy, but on a day like today, savor it and just keep going. Keep doing it.
Well, Frank, you hate to miss the green on a par 5 with your third shot.
Well, they say par 5s are the easiest holes to birdie, but the hardest holes to make 4. Making a 6, though, well, that certainly sets yourself backwards. So tough up and down.
And he's made it onto the green now. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Keeping pace. Good stuff right there, 6 under par. Back here at the 15th, and Frank, this fairway narrows up in a hurry.
And it's also, there's a big crop of heather that sort of constrains you if you're going to hit it just straight down the middle. Only the brave go down the right side. That brings in those little bunkers called robs. And they'll rob your scorecard, that's for sure. Oh, beautiful swing. And the result is every bit as good.
Those are good numbers right there. 320. 320 yards. Just crushed it in the fairway. That's well played. Now a good look at birdie.
It's no snack, though.
So close.
And yet it still counts for another shot.
Just a couple of feet. And he makes it for par. 16th hole is a par 4 here at the old course. Frank, with another one of those sort of funky features.
Yes, a series of 3 bunkers called the Principal's Nose, plus that out of bounds on the right. So really err on the side of caution, avoiding both the out of bounds and the Principal's Nose. Nothing wrong with going a little bit left here, but the further left you go, then it makes that second shot that much harder because you'll have to bring it across that little pot bunker in the front with the wedge.
And now it's right in his wheelhouse. Good position where he can attack the pin.
Yeah, he has all those options now. That ball's sitting up. You can bring it in high. You can bring it in low. The choice is yours.
Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's formality now.
Will make birdie if he holds this putt. How about 7 under par now? Frank, so many famous landmarks on this hole. The hotel on the right, you want to avoid that. The bunker on the left, and then the stone wall beyond the road.
Yeah, there's all those features is one of the reasons why no one would be allowed to design a hole like this today. It also makes it not only unique, but I think that's the greatness of the hole, is that all those problems you're very aware of. It's just, can you avoid them?
Just a perfect drive here at 17. This has left him a good look at this hole. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Not terrible, but not his best.
Outside chance really for birdie, but really it was a rather poor approach shot.
Pretty good stroke right there, just hit it through the break.
Well, it's that sort of distance. If it goes in, it's a bonus.
Boy, that hurts right there, Frank.
Yeah, he's got to knuckle down now, though, because, you know, we've seen it before, Rich. You know, 2 putts turn into 3, 4. So make sure you can limit the damage here.
Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Frank, no ordinary finishing hole, is it?
No, the 18th is named Tom Morris, one of the greats of the game many a year ago. And of course, every great player has walked across Swilcan Bridge. You'll get the opportunity to do that after you hit that tee shot. If you're very long, you can drive this green, but avoid the Valley of Sin. Enjoy the walk all the way up golf's most famous finishing hole. That's an absolute beauty.
Second shot, good look at the green. Superb shot.
Well, that's as good as it's going to get. There's going to be no worries about making that one.
Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. Frank, a lot to like in this performance today.
Oh, it is. There's so many positives to take out of this round. Not just the possibility to win this week, but going forward. This is great golf that you would hold up against anybody right now.